Are you approaching after what happened last year in the playoffs, like assuming teams are going to do that to this team's going to do that to you?
I mean, I think you have to think that it's something that could happen, but you never know. And I think that's the good thing about right now is you got time to prepare. And that's offensively and defensively. But for me, all season long, I've been challenging myself to be prepared for whatever and how I would attack whatever comes, whether that's regular season or postseason. So, like I said, once we get out there and we see what's happening, I'll be ready to do whatever I need to do.
You guys are in the middle of the defensive rankings, high in the offensive end, but will you have to step up your defense to win this series?
For sure. I think, obviously in the playoffs, it's whoever is the best team at that time. And over the course of an NBA season, we keep track of, for the first 10 games, we would be ranked 5th. And the second, game 10 to 20, we were 21st or whatever it is. And I think that just shows that, sometimes you're having a better stretch than other times. And I think right now in the playoffs, it's just a matter of this needing to be one of those stretches where we're playing well defensively. That's just what it is.
Do you look at OKC as a rival? So many people talk about the stuff that goes on off the court as well, trash talk, all that stuff.
I mean, I wouldn't say a rival. This is our first time playing them in a playoff series, so I don't think it could be considered a rival. They're one of our division opponents. It's always a physical, heated battle against them. And they're competitive, and we competitive. So it's always that type of game, but I don't think it can be considered a rivalry when this is our first time seeing each other in the playoffs.
Do you and Russell have a relationship off the court like you do with a lot of other guys, or what's that like?
It's weird because me and him, we actually real cool. Once we get off the court, when I see him in public, we speak, how the family, how your kids, like. But then it's just something about when you get on the court, and that's what it is. He's one of the top point guards in the league, and so am I. And when you get out there and you know that your team is going to go as you go, he has to outplay me, and I have to outplay him if I want my team to win. So that's what it turns into. But it's off the court, we cool. I know Russ, I know PG. They cool, man. But once you get out there, this is what we do. This is our job. We coming out here to win, and we on opposite sides.
Dave, when he talks to you, it doesn't look like you engage him as much as he tries to engage you. Is that kind of part of the plan against him? It's not to get involved, just not feel like talking to him?
You mean like in the game?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, sometimes I don't even pay attention. So it'll be like, I don't know it's happening when it's happening, and when I do hear it, I'll say something, but that ain't really my style. Because I'm not moved by it, whether I say something or don't say something. It's not going to affect me in any kind of way. So I just, why, I guess, engage more than I would any other time. If it was off the court, I wouldn't engage either. I would just be like, all right, it is what it is.
When it comes to trying to limit him, obviously you're not going to stop him, but limit him, I mean, are you focused on trying to take one thing away over another? I mean, are you trying to take the assists, limit the assists? Is it the scoring? What is it with Russell?
I think you just try to make his life hard. Obviously, with a lot of the better players in the league, we're going to have plenty of opportunity. So that makes it hard to just stop a guy from doing what he does, because we're going to always have the opportunity to take shots. The ball is always going to be in our hands. So it's hard to completely stop, but I think it's just a matter of making it a hard night. And that's what our job is, defensively against him, against Paul George. He's got to make it a tough night for him.
One of the books on Westbrook is to get him riled up and to get him kind of going crazy. Do you think they're better when he's like that, or do you think that they're worse when he's like that?
That's none of my business. It's none of my business. Like I said, my job is to do what I got to do for my team. And as far as that goes, my job is only to take that challenge, not worry about what state of mind he's in.
As far as how they might try.
But a lot of the national people are picking them to win this series. Does that provide a little extra inspiration for you?
Not really. They didn't even pick us to be a playoff team, period. So we didn't value their opinion when they chose that, and we don't value it now. You know, it is what it is. They can pick whoever they want to pick. We still got to go out there and play, and you know, that's all our focus is.
Dame, as far as how they might try to defend you, do you guys try to simulate that in practice, or I mean, how do you go about that? How do you approach that?
I think you just look at obviously what they've done when we played against them in the regular season. You look at what they might be capable of throwing at you with the personnel they have, and you know, what other teams have done that they might be able to do that, you know, was successful. And then I think you go from there with, you go into the games knowing that, okay, I have this in my pocket in case they try this or in case they try that. So like I said when I first came over here, it's just preparation. You know, just last year we got caught off guard and by surprise, and I think this year that taught us to be better prepared this year, you know, for more things.
Did you kind of see Zach as having a big role in this series?
Yeah, I mean, Zach is, you know, probably our best rim protector with Nurk going down. So I mean, I can see him, you know, playing a role in this series.
Do you kind of view this as an opportunity for you personally to kind of put last year behind you?
I've already put it behind me because there's nothing I can do about it. So I put it behind me in that way, but I think this is an opportunity to rise to the occasion. You know, show that sometimes when you struggle and you go through, you know, a hard time, you got to come back even harder, you know, and come back harder. And when the next time the opportunity presents itself, you got to be ready for it. And I think I've done everything all the way from that moment that we lost that game to prepare myself to be ready for it this time. And I'm ready to go.
With some of the additions you guys made since last year, you know, Seth, Rodney, some of the shooters, you feel like you guys are better positioned to maybe, you know, have guys around you hitting shots consistently as opposed to last year in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think we are well equipped, you know, with shooters and guys like, you know, Rodney that can come off the bench, handle the ball, can score, versatile defender. BT, Mo, Chief, Seth, you know, Zach having another year under his belt. Adding Ennis, a guy we can throw it to on the block, a great rebounder. I think we've added some things that can help us, you know, to give us a pretty good chance.
He probably won't play, but what kind of a guy is Scal? What's he like?
I mean, I think Scal, and you guys saw the last game, obviously he hasn't had a lot of experience on the floor with our team. But I think, like I said, last game you saw what he's capable of. You know, just from the times we've practiced, you see he has good timing. He can be a shot blocker. He's a lob threat. He can make shots. You know, but it's different when you roll the ball out and it's a playoff game and this is it. You know, everything is on the line. So I'm sure he would love the opportunity. I'm sure he's ready for the opportunity, but we'll see.
How would you describe Ennis as so much was made about his defense being so lackluster coming in here? How have you evaluated what he brings there?
I mean, I think the most important thing to us about that is that he cares. You know, on the floor he's asking, you know, what should I do right here? What do you want me to, you know, he's just trying to figure out what we need from him so he can do his best job at doing that to help the team. And that's all you can ask for. You know, somebody that comes to your team in the middle of the season has to pick up on, you know, what our process is, what we do. You know, just learning those things and then learning how to do it when you're on the floor, on the fly. You got to respect that, and then for him to, you know, come in and care how he's cared, you know, to try hard and to learn the things that we do. That's all you can ask for.
I feel like you have that same comfort level with that pocket pass to Cantor as you did Yusuf.
Me and Nurk, that's developed over years. So the comfort is there because I believe in his ability. But I think when you talk about Nurk, like we was just on a completely different level. Like me and Nurk we would text all the time about stuff and send clips, and we talked all the time during practice, after practice, during games, on the bench, in the game. And that's over years. So I mean, obviously it won't be to that level, but it's been working.